Hello everybody, this is Tiny Game King coming at you with another talk, this time about a draft we just did in the Great Lakes Draft League. So if you guys don't know what a draft is when you pick one Pokemon and you keep on going until you've picked your team, depending on how many you need. In this case, we needed 12. So it goes, it's like a snake style draft. So it goes from like pick 1 to pick 18, and then 18 back to 1. Once you draft a Pokemon, no one else can pick it up. So if you pick like Raging Bolt, then Raging Bolt's yours. If you pick Pikachu, then Pikachu's yours. So you don't have to worry about anybody else having that Mon. In this league, it has like a mixture of a tier style draft and a point style draft. So each tier is set with a certain amount of points, because you do need to draft 8 Mons in the tiers and 4 Mons with points. You had 130. We had 130 points to draft from, and you had one tier 1, one tier 2, I believe it was 2 tier 3s. Okay, so 1 tier 1, 1 tier 2, 2 tier 3s, 2 tier 4s, 5 and a 6, I believe, and then 130 points for the rest. Could be wrong with that, but it was something like that. So we got drafted. We got to pick 15 out of 18, which I felt wasn't the worst, because I had to wait 14 people to draft, but once I got to me, I only had to wait for another 3 people to draft, so technically 6 picks before it got back to me. So I felt in a way that I could get 2 picks pretty consistently at a time that I wanted. I actually got really lucky. I never got, as far as I can think of, sniped in this whole draft. So everything I wanted, I got picked up. It was actually kind of ironic, if I remember right. A lot of my backup picks that I wanted got picked up before the ones that I put as my main picks didn't. So I thought that was nice. I don't know if that means my picks weren't the best, but I like my team, and I think it turned out pretty good. So in saying that, we picked 15, and I said to myself, I'm not going to worry about what I'm going to pick until I get to me. I had an idea what I wanted, but I kind of didn't think it was going to get to me. But I was wrong, and at 15, we got to pick up Annihilate. Annihilate gives us a strong physical Mon, which is nice. Like attack of 115, has decent bulk with 110 HP and 80 in a defense and 90 in special defense, and then 90 speed as well, which, yes, probably not the greatest, but it's still not bad. And with its bulk, even against the faster Mons, it's gonna be able to live a little bit. I think. So I was like, I'm gonna pick it up and I want to try this out. It has like the moves like Rage Fist, but make it so like each time it gets attacked, it boosts its attack by 50. I think up to like six times. So technically, you could have like a 350 base power attack, which is nuts. Not much is gonna live it, even if it resists it. It has things like Drain Punch, where we can up um, we heal ourselves. It has Bulk Up, so we can make ourselves stronger and attack as well. Plus our defenses, so we can live more hits. Pretty sure it has like all the elemental punches. Might be wrong with that, but I know it has at least a couple. I'm not. Yeah, I'm sure it has them all. But anyways, and then it has like things like Taunt, Encore, Substitute, Helping Hand, Coaching. So we can even use it as a nice little support mod if we want to. It has the ability Defiant, which is really nice because it'll deter people from bringing moves like Intimidate or even like Charm or things like that against us, because we're just going to be able to boost our attack even more if they try to do things like that. So I was like, I want to use Annihilate, so I picked it up. And I was pretty sure if I picked up Annihilate, because I only had to wait a few people, that I would probably get the next Pokemon I wanted. And it's true, I did. And the Pokemon I picked up as my number 2 pick was Maushold. Maushold gives us the ability Friend Guard, which will help us even live more hits. It has ability. Its other move ability is Technician, so even if we don't want to use it as a thing to help us with our defenses, Technician, like Population Bomb and things like that, like we're gonna do some major damage, even with its attack of only having 75. You get Population Bomb, Technician off, you're gonna take a lot of damage. And being normal, it's pretty neutral into a lot of things, so I thought that would be cool. It gives us a Redirector with Follow Me, and it gives us it has like moves like Thunder Wave to help slow our opponents down some more. It has like things like Sunny Day, Rain Dance. So if we want to stop other people's weathers, we can try to do things like that. And with the speed of 111, it's still pretty quick. It's like Fake Tears. It's like things like Population Bomb or Beat Up that we can use to power up like our Defiant, which would be nice. It has Helping Hand, which we can use to strengthen our attacks even more. It's like Super Fang, so it guarantees to do at least half the damage, HP of the damage, so we can still do a nice chunk of Steel type moves and things like that. And because it's normal, it has an alright move pool, not the greatest, but an alright one. So I thought, let's do it. And with Maushold and Annihilate together, that's going to be a tough matchup for anybody, and it's going to make people need to really think of what they want to do. So with that, my third pick, I was like, I want to try to make it so it's even harder to take out Annihilate. And that Pokemon I picked up was Salamence. So I picked up Salamence because it gives us a nice, strong dragon type. So it starts off Dragon, Fairy, Steel Core. It gives, and with an attack of 135 or a special attack of 110, we can go either way, which I thought was nice. Has alright bulk with defenses of both 80 and an HP of 95. So I was like, I want to get Salamence on my team. I can't think of a time I've used it, so I thought, let's try it. Its other ability, Moxie's, it's nice as well. We can use that if we want to, if we think we can get some quick kills with it, and we can like speed roll our opponent because we're pumping up our own attack. And because it's pseudo legendary, it has some great stats. We can use, it has things like breaking swipe to lower our opponent's attacks even more. Dual wing beat, so we can do 2 attacks and break things like sashes and things like that. I thought was nice. It has like the elemental fangs, pretty sure. It has like, of course, your regular dragon types like moves like Outrage, Draco Meteor, Dragon Pulse. We do like a Dragon Dance kind of style thing. Like Rock Slide. It even has Helping Hand. We can use it as a support thing. Gives us Tailwind option. So I was like, I want to pick up Salamence. Will it be the fastest thing like it does Tailwind with 100? Probably not. But still nice speed to get us on to give us that. So my next Pokemon, I said to myself, I'd like to continue my Fire, Water, my Dragon Steel and Fairy Core, and this Pokemon I felt helps with that. It also gives us the start of our Water, Fire, Grass Core. And I figured it would deter people even more from bringing moves to try to weaken us, our attacks and that. And I picked up Empoleon. So Empoleon gives us the competitive ability, which is the opposite of Defiant, where if a stat gets lowered, a special attack gets put up. And with 111 special attack, you don't want to put that up, and it would go up by 2. So if someone brings an Intimidate, puts Intimidate on us, our special attack will go up by 2. So I was like, I really want to do this. That gives us both a physical attacker and a special attacker that can take advantage of that aspect if someone was crazy enough to do it. So, and it gives us a way of using some neat little moves. I don't think I've ever used, again, it's another mon I don't think I've ever used. If I did use it, I've not used it since it got its boost and got the competitive ability. So, you can use like some nice little stuff with like Hydro Pump. It has Water Pledge, which we will be able to, as you'll find out, be able to use as well. It has like Surf, nice little damage there. We just have to be careful of doing it to ourselves. Weather Ball. It has nice things like Yawn, and I actually found out today when I was looking at this things, it has Roost, which I didn't know, so I thought we could use, that's nice. We can do something. We could maybe do something with that. And since it has like a decent special defense of 101, and this defense isn't too bad either with 88, and its HP is 84. Speed is 60, so at this moment it is the only Mon I have that's under 90 speed. So we can use that as in like a trick room mode if we want. And I thought that would be a good thing to do. So the next Mon I picked up was Sylveon. Sylveon gives us a nice strong fairy, finishes off our Dragon Steel and Fairy Core, and it's again, like, I don't think I've ever used Sylveon. I've faced Sylveon a few times, and it's always done major damage to me. It has a special attack of 110, special defense of 130, HP is 95, its defense is 65, which isn't good, but I'm hoping with things like Intimidate and things like that, that it won't be as bad, and we can work around it. Its ability Pixelate makes it so any normal type moves becomes fairies and are boosted. So like things like Hyper Voice and Hyper Beam are gonna do huge damage if we use them. It also has its regular things like Draining Kiss and Dazzling Gleam. It has like Yawn and Wish, so we can do things like that. So I was like, I would like to do, I would like to not have to face this, is what I thought to myself. And being able to pick it up when I did at number 6, or number 5, sorry, I was like, I am going to take it. So the next Pokemon I decided to pick up kind of helps us going with the aspect of making people not want to bring things like Leer or Charm or things like that, and that is Superior. Superior is like the first Pokemon on this list that I've used before. I really like Superior. To tell you the truth, it's like one of my favorite grass starter types. And I was like, I'm using it. With its ability, Contrarier, it makes it so any moves that, or any attacks that would lower attacks would up it, and anything that would like make us stronger would technically lower our attacks. So it has a nice move with Leaf Storm, which would technically lower its attack in most cases, special attacks in most cases, but in ours we would boost it. And with the special attack of 75, it's not that good. So we need them boosts. So I was like, but if we can get it going, it can do a lot of damage. And I was like, I want to pick it up. I think it'll help our team, like I said, and help deter people from trying to use things like Charm on Annihilate, because we could just switch Superior in, and then we would get the boost to our special attack. So I was like, this should be really nice on my team. So I picked it up. Then the following turn, I decided we'd pick up was Espeon. At this moment, I was like, my team is pretty quick. Other than Polion, I'm a pretty fast team. Um, and I was like, I need a way to stop Trick Room or give us an option for Trick Room. And I was like, in most cases with the team I had, I didn't want to be in Trick Room. So I was like, I'm going to pick up Espeon. Um, Espeon with speed of 110, decent special defense with 95, special attack is 130, so it's amazing. It has a way, it has imprison, trick room things, so we can stop trick room. It can help us get trick room too if for some reason we want, but then Espeon is not going to be a mon that wants to stay in trick room, so we gotta think of that if that's the case. Um, it gives us it has the ability magic bounce, which is a neat little ability that uh, sends back things against our opponent. So if they use like stuff that like things like parting shot or things like that, we don't have, it'll do to them instead. If like do so, or they like send like things like thunder wave, it'll put it back onto them if they can use it, or if they try to burn us. So I thought that would be nice, because again, someone tries to send a burn at Annihilate, I can switch in Espeon, and it just sends it back to them. So it's gonna make people think twice on what they want to do with that. So the next Pokemon I picked up, at this point, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Next Pokemon I picked up, I actually traded off in the grace period. Pokemon I picked up was Verizon, as I thought it'd be nice to have that another option for beat up and things like that. But after the draft was done, I was like, it'd be nice maybe to add to my trick room mode, which at the end of the draft was no trick room mode. Like I said, the team I kind of drafted was more on the faster side. And I was like, I already had my grass mon with Superior, and like I said, with Annihilate, I already had like a beat up mode kind of thing. So I traded it for Pokemon I haven't really used, but I've seen do really well. Other people have used it and surprised a lot of people with it. So I was like, I'm going to try to see if I can do that as well. And I picked up Donphan. So Donphan gives us a ground type, which is always nice in draft. And I thought to myself, I need a ground type. So even after the draft was done, I looked at all the ground types that were available, and I was going to switch for Verizon. And then people suggested that Donphan would probably be a good Pokemon to get. So I was like, yeah. I wasn't really thinking of it just because of my Trick Room mode not being the greatest, but I was like, let's do it. It has like high horsepower, play rough. It has like even ice shard for like a little priority thing we can do with it. It like of course gets like earthquake. For a ground type, it actually has a nice little move pool. And there's like poison jab, seed bomb. It has like fire fang, thunder fang, ice fang. So it's like it has a nice coverage. So I was like, shit, that sounds really good. Speed of 50, so like I said, helps us in our trick room. Uh, Pretty sure it gets ice spinner too, right? So let's find out. Yeah, it gets ice spinner, so we can get rid of terrain with it if we want. So that's nice. And with attack of 120 and defense of 120, we are going to be pretty good on the physical attack side. HP of 90, which is nice. Defense, it's 60. So we gotta be careful with that. But it does have sturdy as an ability, so that's nice because we can at least guarantee ourselves to live one move. So if they have like a really high special attacker, like water or grass or something like that, that's super effective, we can at least live one attack. So I thought that was great. And because, like I said, it has such a great attack, it'll live a hit, and we can do a nice chunk to our opponent. Okay, so that was pick 8. Pick 9 is another mon that I actually switched up after the grace period as well. In the draft, I drafted Charizard to finish off my Fire, Water, Grass core. But at the end of the draft, I realized, and thanks to a person mentioning it, I didn't have a fake out user. And in my opinion, you need a fake out user. Because when I was drafting this team, I was mostly looking at mons that I've never used before, so I wasn't even thinking of fake out. So I was like, when they said where's Gambit, where's your fake out user? I was like, oh my god, it's not there. So I decided we needed to pick that up. And I picked up another mon that I've used before, and I think it's a great fake out user. Has great way of dealing damage. It's nice and quick. And the Pokemon I picked up was Ambipom. So Ambipom gives us another normal type. So we do have that, but with things like Technician, with his ability to Technician, Fake Outs are going to do even more damage. It has an attack of 100, so you can't go wrong with that. It has speed of 115, so it's going to be one of the fastest Fake Out users we could get. It was the fastest Fake Out user I could get. I'm pretty sure when I drafted it. In saying that, it's not the most defensive Pokemon. With both defenses at 66 and its HP at 75, it's not living too many hits. But we could use it as a way of helping support our other mons from getting set up and things like that. So I thought it'd be really nice to have. It also has things like Quick Guard, which make it so they can't use the fake out stuff against us or priority moves against us. So I thought that's nice. It also gives us another beat up user that we can use with Annihilate. It gives us like another helping hand user. That's Thunder Wave. It gets the elemental punches. Gets like low kick. We can for any of them like heavy ones. We can use that against. I don't know if that works with Technician. I have to look into that because I'm pretty sure it wouldn't, because it goes by the Pokemon's weight and not an actual attack stat. But that's something I will look out for. It has like knockoff, which helps. Triple axle, which pretty sure boosts the first two. Technician would boost the first two, but after that it would. The last one I don't think it boosts, if I'm remembering right, but I could be wrong. If anyone wants to let me know, that'd be greatly appreciated. But yeah, so I thought this would be a good mod to have for Fake Out, and thought it was great that it lasted until the end of the draft. So, we're getting near the end of the draft. So, the next Pokemon I picked up is Frostmoth. Frostmoth is another one I've never used. But I was like, it has a nice special attack at like 125, and I was like, that would be great to have on our team. It has the move Quiver Dance, so we could like follow me with mouse hold Quiver Dance and pop up a speed and a special attack. And since its speed isn't the greatest, I'm pretty sure it's like 65. Yeah, 65. Getting a +1 on the speed is really nice. And with it being 65, it gives us a nice mon as well for like a Trick Room, because you don't have to do the Quiver Dance. 125 attack is still going to do a lot of damage to my opponent. Ice, I think, is a great typing to have. It deals with the grass, the fighting. I mean, not the fighting, the flying. So it's like, which are both good good typings that a lot of people have. I'm just trying to check something out. No. Okay. So I was just seeing if it had freeze dry, which it doesn't seem to have it, but I didn't think it did. It did give us also a really slow tailwind option, because it does get tailwind. It gives us a wide guard user, which I thought was great. Wide guard is, in my opinion, a great thing to have, especially in this type of battling, because a lot of people use spread moves like Rock Slide and things like that. So I was like, when I found it had wide guard, is another one of the main reasons I thought it'd be nice to pick it up. Gives us like things like Hurricane. It actually, which I didn't know until like right before I started this video, it has Imprison as well. So I could maybe do something like an Imprison Tailwind kind of style. But that I'd have to figure out how to do that. That'd be probably like in Trick Room. Right at the end of Trick Room, you do Imprison Tailwind so they can't set up their speed. I think it has like Helping Hand, which I thought was neat. But it gets moves like Icy Wind to help with speed control. And I thought that would be nice to have. And of course, it would have things like Blizzard. If we want, we can try that. Um, it does get Roar Veil if we can figure out if we can somehow get like a hail snow up and then get Roar Veil up. We could try things like that. So we'll see how that goes. But like I said, it's a mod I've never used, and I thought it'd be nice to try it out. So it comes back to me, and we only need 2 more picks. And I think at this point I had 10 points left for my points and my tier 6. So I was like, what can I get that's usable if I wanted to bring it? Because my idea is when I get drafts, and I know everyone's different. Some people like to do top heavy things and whatever. I try, in my opinion, I try to get it so I pick mons that I can use any of them, which might be a downfall for me because I'm always usually in the middle of the pack kind of person, it seems, but it's just the way I like it. I like the option of being able to use any of my mons, not just drafting a mon that just sits and never gets used. I want people to think that I can bring any Pokemon. And the one I picked up for my 11th pick was Cloth. Cloth is it's an interesting mon. It has an attack of 100, so it's nice. It has regenerator, so we can send send it back if we want to heal it up. Shell armor, which to help stop if we want to do that way to make it so it can't get critted. It does have as well Anger Shell. I think that's what it's called. Is it called Anger Shell? Yeah, Anger Shell. Which, when the Pokemon's HP goes below 50, it boosts its attack, special attack, and speed by 1 stage. And I think, yeah, and then it lowers its defense and special defense. So it's kind of like a Shell Smash, but you have to wait until you're 50% HP or less. So it's a risky ability if we want to use that, but it's an option. It has some decent moves with like Rock Slide, X Scissor. You try things like guillotine style kind of things if you want. See if we can get lucky with moves like that. It has like knockoff. Has things like Smackdown if we want to put Pokemon like levitating and put it down to the ground, or flying Pokemon and put them down to the ground. Just something I thought would be nice is like Iron Defense. Pretty sure does it get maybe it doesn't, but yeah, it gives us Iron Defense so we can pop up our defenses some more, so we can live some hits, and be nice. I thought as well when I drafted it, like, it'd be nice to have at least a mon that could also somewhat work in either under Tailwind or go in Trick Room, since I didn't really have a Trick Room option. Ollie's not the greatest Trick Room. So I picked up Claw. Now, the last mon I picked up, I really didn't know what to get, to tell you the truth. And this mon, probably, I'm not gonna lie, not come too often. But I was like, let's grab it. It gives us an option with a couple of its abilities that it could work. And the Pokemon I picked up for my last Pokemon, number 12, was Lantern. Like I said, there wasn't much to pick from as it was, but I was like, I don't know what to pick. It has 3 abilities, but one's not even an ability. But it does have Volt Absorb and Water Absorb, and like I said, Illuminate, which I don't even think does anything in competitive battling. Does it? Let's find out, because I really don't know. Yeah, so it has no effect in battle. It just, yeah, because we're not worrying about catching Pokemon in competitive battling, so yeah, so it does nothing. So it just has Water Absorb and Volt Absorb. But we would have to switch it into that. It's not like one of them cases where it just directs it. I wish it had Storm Drain. If it had Storm Drain, that'd be amazing, but it doesn't. So yeah, so if we have it, we want to switch it into a move like we think they're going to be using water type attacks on us, and we bring it as a water absorber. We can switch it out. That'd probably the least one I'm gonna would be using, since I really don't have anything that's weak to water except for like Donphan, I think. Oh, and Cloth. So yeah, I guess we could bring it, especially if we're doing like a Trick Room mode, since it speeds 67, which isn't good at all either. It does have an HP stat of 125, which is nice. Special defense is 76, and then defense is 58. So, but like, what are you gonna get from a tier 6? Not much. So, if we can maybe bring it one time, then it's good. And who knows? Maybe it'll get traded. I don't know. We'll see. But that is your Obsidian Cleaver's draft team for the GLDL Season 6. This is, I don't think I mentioned it, is an open Terra division we're in, so we do have to send our Terras, which I thought would be nice to get used to, because if I ever do start trying to get more competitive, I'm going to have to get used to that. And gives you that knowledge, I guess, of what your opponent's Pokemon could tear into as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I always feel like I never do a good job with these things, so I tried to do a little bit more information of each Pokemon and why I picked it up. So if If anybody has any kind of suggestions or things like that, just leave it down in the comments. We will hopefully do pretty well in this league this season, but there's definitely a lot of strong opponents that we'll have to face. So until then, our week 1 match is against Cosmic Kyle. So when we do that, I will put that up in it. But until then, see you guys. Have a great night.